This is Decision 2010. Tonight, a debate for the U.S. Senate.
Mr. Townsend, driving into Poughkeepsie tonight,
yes.
I saw some evidence of something you'll see in many upstate towns, which is a building, abandoned indication of industry that was there once and isn't there anymore. We've seen stimulus programs, we've seen countless diversification efforts. None of it has got as much traction as people in New York State would like. What is it that we're missing? Why haven't these efforts worked?
Since May, I've traveled to every single one of New York's 62 counties. I've visited some as many as 7 times. I do stop to listen when I go to these counties. I meet with farmers and small business people, middle-class families to hear their stories and their suggestions. This is what I'm hearing. The property tax burden in the state of New York is now the highest in the nation, 80% above the national average. Every farmer and every business person I talk to says, can somebody please tell the legislature to put a cap on the property taxes? The second thing here that I hear is Obamacare has been a dismal failure. Insurance premiums are skyrocketing. Can we please stop this? Because they have no idea what my health care will be next year or the year thereafter. The third thing I hear is, why did this Congress adjourn without acting on income tax cuts? Because for all I know, come January, my federal taxes are going to skyrocket. I can't hire when I don't know what my income taxes will be. I can't hire when I don't know what my health care costs will be. I can't hire knowing that I'm going to get hit with a property tax increase next year.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. Thank you, Mr. Townsend. Mr. Schumer, you've also made a point of traveling around the state to every one of those counties. What do you think is not being done that should be done?
The number one problem is jobs. As I said, because of the recession, the acts of the Congress leveled things out, the acts of the president, but now we have to gain an increase in jobs, and I am working on that in a constructive way. The only major bipartisan bill that was passed this year to help increase jobs was authored by myself and Senator Hatch. He's a Republican of Utah, and what it did is it said any employer who hires someone who's been out of work can get a payroll tax holiday for a year. And it's helped. 5 million people have been hired since our laws passed. Now, not all of them are because of our law. You can't tell how many, but certainly a good number. Second, go upstate, talk to our individual companies, especially manufacturing. China is cleaning their clock. My proposal to make China trade its currency fairly just passed the House, be taken up in November, can bring back manufacturing to upstate New York and help those towns fill up again.
With all due respect, Senator, you've been bloviating for years about China's currency policy, and you can do it for another 10. In the end, China's going to do what they think is right by China. It's time the United States did what is right by the United States. We need to keep our taxes down. We need to put a cap on property taxes in New York. We need to repeal this silly Obamacare and start over.